You're listening to the Meta Meltdown.
Hey guys, welcome to episode number 13 of the Meta Meltdown. Today is Thursday, August 17th, 2016. Oh, it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday, thanks to my adult schedule working a full-time job now, unfortunately. So the Meta Meltdown is a weekly 20-minute podcast about the current meta in Hearthstone. Each week we'll focus on a specific deck, and we'll provide insight on how to pilot the deck in order to succeed on the ladder. However, this week we're actually going to be doing something a little bit differently. Thanks to Karazhan, we've got a ton of new cards to play with, and the meta is in a complete turmoil. Not complete, but it will be eventually. And we actually have here a guest. His name is HotMEOWTH. How's it going?
Hey guys, what's up? I'm HotMEOWTH. I just climb a ladder a lot, and I'll be playing in the America's Summers Prelim later this week, and I recently got rank 1 on NA with aggro shaman, and it's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, so like you said, he's currently rank 2, but he was rank 1 last night.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be rank 1 again soon. Rank 1 player currently of the NA scene. And of course I have here my co-host, Nate Diggity. How's it going, buddy?
It's going great, dude. Excited to talk about some of the new cards in Karazhan, how the meta is shaking up a little bit, and we have some good Hearthstone players in here, so we can get some advice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if you guys forgot or don't know, my name is Dominic, Silver Dragon, no win. That's Silver Dragon with two Ds and no O. And we'll go through the breakdown for this week's episode. So this week we're going to go through our personal Hearthstone news, our general Hearthstone news, the Templestone meta report, and the Vicious Syndicate Data Reaper report. And then we'll talk a little bit about HotMEOWTH's deck to my left over here. It's a little bit different thanks to the new cards that came out. So we'll talk about that and how the deck's been operating. Obviously it does very well, but we'll get a couple of tips from the man himself. And so let's go into ladder news. Tomorrow is Thursday, and the Opera opens up tomorrow. We've got a bunch of new cards that are coming out. Let's see. We've got the big one, Barnes, Arcane Giant, Kara Kazam, Kindly Grandmother, Moat Lurker, Onyx Bishop, Pompous Thespian, Silvermoon Portal, Swashbuckler, and Wicked Witch Doctor. HotMEOWTH, what cards are you most excited to play with this week?
I'm pretty excited. Mostly for the card Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a pretty broken card because it's a decent body for format. It's a 3/4/7/1/1, so it's like it's 3/4 plus a 1/1, so it's like showing Yeti stats. And like you can just put it in like Nizop decks and get like Tyrion, and then like it's get like a pretty good death route going on. Or you can put like something like Miracle Rogue, or you get like Mali Ghost or like Auctioneer, and you can just roll with it with some like preparation and spell, and it'll be really strong. So I'm excited. Like that's my favorite card for a set.
Definitely, sounds good. Date, any cards that you're looking forward to playing with?
Yeah, for this week, I'm really looking forward to Onyx Bishop, just something new to play around with in Crappy Priest, and I think a Resurrect Priest could be potentially viable to make it not as bad, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
about you?
I don't know. Barnes is definitely up there. Onyx Bishop is definitely up there. Moat Lurker is definitely one that we've talked about last week that we thought was interesting. It does cost a lot for how much it is, so more of a fun card to play with. But yeah, we'll definitely see. I'm sure the ladder pros and Hearthstone pros will show us how to really play with this week's new cards. So yeah, going into the meta report, let's talk about Templestone's meta report number 8. HotMEOWTH is actually in it this week with his aggro shaman deck, so that's really, really exciting, and I'm really glad to have him on. Nate, do you want to go through that one real quick?
Sure. So pretty standard. Tier 1, there's 3 decks. We have Dragon Warrior, Aggro Shaman, and Token Druid in that order. And then Tier 2 is Zulak in mid-range Shaman. So, like I said, pretty typical, and first week of Karazhan didn't shake up too much yet.
Definitely. HotMEOWTH, do you feel like the tiers are basically where it's at? I know it's kind of been like that for a while, but do you feel like anything?
I kind of like agree but disagree. Like I think aggro shaman, Dragon Warrior, and Token Druid definitely still like the tier 1 decks, but like I feel like there's a lot more hunters. Like it's more like a third deck like overall. Because like there's like the Cloak Huntress, and a lot of people have been testing it. And it's actually a pretty good card because like 3-mana 3/4 is pretty strong. And it can like have like 2 or more secrets in your deck, and you can like put like 2 secrets. That's a lot of value, like a lot of tempo for 1 turn. So I'm excited to see like Hunter like just rising up the ladder. And like Tempo Mage, you got like Firelands Portal. Like it seems like a really slow card, but 7 mana is kind of like even better than Fire Elemental because you deal 5 damage and you summon like 5 mana minion, so it's a pretty strong card. So I think Tempo Mage and maybe Secret Hunter. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do with Secret Hunter, like Yarg and Load or Mirror Enchanter. Definitely like those two are like classes that are rising up there. And like you said, Token Druid, and there's like Beast Druid. They get like the Warden card like later in the wing. It's gonna be pretty strong. Yeah, generally like I'd say Aggro Shaman is the best deck, and Dragon War is the best deck to counter it.
Definitely.
And Warrior is just like really strong because of Fireworks and Druid obviously of energy. Yeah.
For sure. Sounds good. Let's go into the Jade Reaper report now. Nate, would you take it away, please?
Yeah, so power rankings for the ladder overall. Number 1 is Aggro Shaman with a 53.03% win rate. Dragon Warrior at 52.87% win rate. Midrange Hunter at 52.28. Token Druid at 52.18. And that is Tier 1. And Tier 2, we have Hybrid Hunter at 51.93 coming in at number 5. Agree or disagree?
Well, HotMEOWTH's definitely talked about how he's expected to see Hunters get up there, and that's what the Data Reap report definitely shows. Hunters definitely a lot more out there than discussed inside the Tempo Storm meta report. So yeah, it seems like thanks to HotMEOWTH, he grinds a lot of ladder games, so he's definitely a little bit more attuned to what we see at the higher ranks. And yeah, so it looks really good. Let's talk about how last week the Karazhan first week expansion came out. Are there any real things that have shaken up the meta? I know in your deck you have Maelstrom Portal and some other decks, some other cards as well. HotMEOWTH?
Yeah. So for VS report, obviously I'm kind of biased because I write for the Hunter section for VS actually.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I actually talked about like Secret Hunter, like the VS report is it's out for every Thursday, so it's gonna be out next week. I mean like next tomorrow actually. So yeah, we kind of like researched that, and like Hunter and Mage mostly, and Paladin is on the rise because like I think we talked about Paladin. Like they have the chess piece, like the 6 mana 4/4, and then you get to like get like something like Lay Your Hands or like anything in your like another Paladin deck or anything Paladin deck. It's just like extra addition to a deck that makes it stronger. So you have like a lot. You already have a lot of heals, and you can even have more heals. So it's almost like you cannot die if like you don't let your opponent snowball like that. So that's the Paladin is definitely really strong. It's gonna be a really strong class too.
Okay. Nate?
And
actually.
yeah, like yeah, I was tough for a minute. And then like Temple Storm, like I got featured for like rank 1 my Aggro Shaman. So like the Meltdown Portal, most of it is it's a tech against like mostly for Zoo and Druid. Like Zoo, like maybe they can put Forbidden Ritual or Imp Gang Boss, and then can actually like turn the game around by like using the Maelstrom instead of like Flame Juggler or like another Horse Rider. It can create a pretty good swing turn.
That makes sense.
Like a lot of people like still like prefer like take Taxless, which has he took out 1 Flame Juggler for Lightning Storm. But I think this is better because like I think for Aggro Shaman, I think it's kind of weak on the 2 mana slot, so having 1 more is pretty good. And then like if you don't run Maelstrom, I think the best replacement is probably Earthshock if it's control meta instead of like Ancestor Knowledge. Just because it can silence a ton, or it can like silence Doomstar against Freeze Mage, and that's pretty good to like push for lethal or anything. So yeah, Maelstrom is generally anti aggro tech, and it works pretty good in the mirror too. Like when I grind to rank 1 legend, like I had a tracker ball up, like I tracked like 20 games, and I had like 80% win rate as against Shaman.
That's a lot, yeah.
It's like the Maelstrom really work out, and definitely it's pretty good against Token Druid too. And like against Dragon Warrior, like Lightning Storm and Maelstrom isn't that bad because they run like mid-range mid too. So you sometimes you need an extra 1 damage to like bypass like Twilight Guardian and something. That's pretty good.
Oh, you actually make a lot of good points there. The silenced in the Shaman decks are actually really cheaply costed, and I don't think anyone has really thought about that, seeing as how silence has gotten a lot more expensive throughout the last couple buffs and nerfs. So yeah, definitely that's a really good idea if you don't have Motion Portal for whatever reason. But seeing as how easy it is to get Motion Portal, that shouldn't really be a problem. Nate, how has week 1 affected your meta so far?
From what I've seen, it actually brought back Murloc Paladin. I don't know if it's actually because it's good or a lot of people just wanted to try it out since they haven't played it in a while. But every night's been a really good card from what I've seen in Murloc Paladin. One, not only healing yourself and also getting the body out there, but also is you can actually get a third. I forget the name of the card. Every fin is
anything
awesome.
Can happen.
Anything can happen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can also get
the
3
Lego
of those.
one is for the shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I've seen that, and then Wing 1 actually didn't do anything to invent the Cyclothune Warrior, but I've seen a lot of that as well. We can talk about it shortly.
Yeah, definitely. And then as for me, I haven't really seen too much. I did come up against a Pantry Spider though, so that was really interesting. It was an evolve deck, so he played the 3/3, then he would try to evolve it, but we just like killed him before. So I think people are trying to make Pantry Spider work, but I don't think it's a very good card. Yeah. Actually, speaking of any cards that are over or underperforming, I know you guys already talked about it a little bit, but have you played with any cards that you feel like aren't doing as well or are doing better than you've expected, HotMEOWTH?
So I think Demigod I forgot to mention Demigod he actually like helped me build like the aggro shaman and pilot me to rank 1 last week, and I'm still like 2, so that's pretty good. But like I think the most interesting part of the meta is probably Kafun Psycho Warrior. That's I think it's like Wogan Warrior. It's like the shell is like Wogan Warrior, but like you take out Wogan or combo pieces, and then you put in like Kafun cards like Shield Bearer, Brand, Emperor Force, and Doomcaller, and Kafun and Disciple, just to like really tech against aggro decks, and it cycles faster, so you will have consistent draw, and like drawing bad like really wouldn't happen as much as just like a control warrior deck where like sometimes you draw like all your heavy cards.
Right.
So it's definitely like a deck to look for that's really good against Zoo and Token Druid especially, and like any aggro deck. But I think that might come up like sooner or later, and I'm excited for the like summer preliminary too, because like you would think like people would just bring like a lot of meta decks, but like because like there's the Wing 1, like the first wing, it actually changed a lot. So you can see like a lot of different decks that rising, like maybe Temple Mage, and like Nate said, like anything Paladin or Control Paladin, just because of the Iron Knight, it's actually a really good card, and like it gives you an extra heal, and maybe sometimes you could get like Consecration or Equality, and you get like the extra steam going on, so you can get like another board clear. So really interesting. Like I like the meta right now because it's gonna shift a lot like for the next 2 weeks. So I'm really excited.
And then how does Karazhan affect the NA preliminaries? Like you guys have to play with just these decks, right, until you guys win the preliminaries?
So we summoned our deck like yesterday. So we basically play everything till like the first wing. So we have the first wing included in our set. Yeah, so we're really excited to see like if that actually changes a lot. Yeah, but most of the players just brought like normal decks, like the meta decks, like said aggro shaman, dragon warrior, and then token druid. But yeah, there's a lot of people bring freeze mage and psycho Kafun just to counter like the meta decks. So we're excited to see.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know. Usually, if you're playing at the highest level, you want to bring decks that really counter most of the meta. So hopefully you've done so, and we'll see you at the top of the NA prelims. We'll see. Definitely. All right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll just add it. Like I bought anything Paladin that Demigod helped me build. So hopefully that actually works out. So people actually use that deck because I actually think it's a really good deck, and I want Paladin to be more popular.
Yeah, I'm really big fan of Paladin. It's been really bad since Paladin's not been doing so well, but I really like Paladin as a class, so hopefully it returns.
Yeah, also Priest.
Yeah, and I like Priest too. Dragon Priest is one of my favorite decks to play back when it was like super strong.
Hey, Priest will be good soon when Purify comes out.
So. Oh yeah, Purify.
We don't need to worry about Priest anymore.
We'll Purify.
That's what
have this Unicorn Priest, the Unicorn Washer Priest.
Unicorn Priest, yeah. Summon all 5 pieces of Exodia. The Unicorn Priest, definitely.
Purify.
Okay. So we've already kind of talked about big deck changes, talking about the return of Aggro Warrior or Aggro Hunter, Relic Paladin, and Psycho Cthulhu. So, and we've already talked about cards we look forward to playing next week. So that's pretty much it. Do you guys want to talk about Psycho Cthulhu a little bit more, though? I know you talked about how it's gonna be really big, but how do you guys feel about it with the new cards coming out this week?
Looking at the cards this week, hold on. 'Cause I need to look like all the cards that's for week 2.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I know Barnes is in there.
Barnes is in there. What is? It doesn't look like any.
I think Kindly Grandmother is actually pretty strong in Hunter, just cause like
Yeah.
Hunter actually needs like a better 2-drop since Mass Scientist is gone, cause like the 2-drops like the reason they run 2 Flindrogos right now, cause like they don't really have like a strong 2 like early game like a 2-drop to like contest the board against other aggro decks. So Kindly Grandmother is actually pretty good against Warrior too, cause like now you can play like a. Because usually play like King Zalek or like a huge hole and you'll play bad against Warrior because they just fire rocks down. But now you can play Kindly Grandmother, which is a 1/1 that summons a free 2. So they can fire Warax that, and it's pretty good Master target too. So I think that's like another buff for Hunter, like other than Huntress and Catrick.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to see Hunter going strong. And then like Arcane Giant, like people have been saying that it's gonna be good in like Token Druid or Temple Mage because they run a lot of spells. It's like basically like the new Molten Giant, but we have to see because like it's 12 mana, so you still have to play a lot of spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the main thing is Barnes and Onyx Bishop is gonna be pretty strong. Like Bishop is gonna be broken, but cause it's Priest, so power level goes down a little bit. But like Priest still struggles early game. But I think Onyx Bishop is pretty good in Dragon Warrior and in Control Token, because like in Control Priest you can only like play Injured Blade Master like from Resurrect.
Mm-hmm.
Like only Bishop like you can play on curve, and then in Dragon War you can summon back like a Trolley Guardian like a 3/6, and that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Those are the cards I'm excited for next week.
For sure.
And for Psycho Cthulhu Warrior, I mean, it's actually like only like a few people like Colanto, Sixo, and Osaka who brought it to the EU preliminaries, but like NA, people realize how strong that deck is, so we might see more plays. The only problem with it is like Warrior is just gonna be like the most popular like ban target for like Conquest, just because it's the strongest deck. So if it's not banned, then it's probably targeted it. But like, I'm still excited to see like if it actually gets streamed, because like it's actually a pretty good deck, a really good deck against aggro, and I think it's a really good ladder deck too. So yeah.
Definitely sounds good. Thank you for your thoughts. I really, really do appreciate that. That gives us a lot of insight into the current pro scene, or amateur pro scene over at Hearthstone. I think the last couple of things I want to ask you are, Aggro Shaman has definitely done very, very well in the past couple of weeks. It's stayed on top. You've ran the deck over here to our left up to rank 1 legend. Do you have any quick tips or for people who are looking to play this? The deck's definitely been out there for a while with the addition of Maelstrom Portal and some other cards. It's a little bit different, but do you have any quick tips on better optimizing your plays, or anything you've noticed that people play wrong with this deck?
I say the biggest problem is like getting greedy with the deck. It's like people need to realize like on turn 1, like maybe when you have the coin, you have Trog and Totem Golem. I think you rather play coin Totem Golem than Trog on turn 1, because Trog is really easy to answer by like Rockbiter, Frostbolt, like anything like that. But like Trog on turn 1, like they usually don't have 4 damage to do turn 1 unless there's a Doomsayer. And then like most of the time like the easiest way to get decent with this deck is the mulligans. Probably on turn 1, probably don't get greedy. You want to like hard mulligan for 1 drop so you can have a turn 1 play. But most of the time you always keep Totem Golem too, just because it's a strong turn 1, turn 2 play. And then like against certain matchups like Zoo, maybe you want to keep like Ardent Squire and Updose the Surgeon, so you can like win early game against like those kind of decks. But generally like you kind of like want to know like when you want to overload and when you don't want to, so you can like curve out well, to be honest, and like always count for lethal, because like this deck is really aggressive, but like you can like kill your opponent out of nowhere. So always count either like if you leave like a some like possibilities like an air totem up, so you get like 1 extra spell damage or something, and it's like count lethal. And like sometimes you rather develop minions instead of Doomhammer. Rather it's like playing around Harrison, or it just curves out well because like Doomhammer like you're overloaded by 2, so you can like play like you can only play 4 mana stuff if you like play Doomhammer on curve. So maybe like you play Spring from Below or like Flame Tongue instead. And also like know when to use your Finley if you get early. So sometimes you want to heal power a little bit just to develop on board a little bit. And also the totems are actually pretty good against Flame Tongue, so be aware of that. And like the last thing is probably positioning. Like you always want to position your stuff. So like the big minions on the far side or like Divine Shield on the far side because of Flame Tongue, and usually want to trade off small minions first for Flame Tongue. Just like just some position well, so you want to like place your Flame Tongue in the most optimal position.
Sounds good. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, and then like there's Maelstrom Horror and Lightning Storm, like use them when you really need to clear. Yeah, and then you can swing the back game. But generally this deck is mostly about like positioning, setting out like an optimal board to trade or like optimal board state. And just like count lethal and don't miss lethal because like you get tons of damage from this deck. But yeah, I actually had to thank Demigod for like helping me climb to rank 1 because he actually like made me know more about this. Like I know people like keep saying like aggro shaman's almost brain dead, but like I already said like there's still a lot of stuff you need to learn from aggro shaman. You still have to like practice with to get with it. But yeah, it's a sport deck. Pretty good deck, pretty fast deck to climb the ladder because it's go face, and sometimes you just get tons of damage and you win.
For sure, definitely. I think at the highest level of play, it's the really, really small optimizations that each player makes that really brings them higher up on ladder. So definitely, maybe easy to play at first, but definitely hard to master. So that's definitely really cool that you've done that and hit rank 1. And yeah, that's about going to wrap it up for us this week. Thank you for everyone who's watching and downloading this podcast. Shout out to our moderator, Ritual Plays. Shout out to HotMEOWTH for coming on to this show. We really, really appreciate that. You can find this deck list and any of our previous shows at themetameltdown.com. Next week, we'll talk about more cards that are affecting the meta, and we'll talk about really powerful decks as well. You can find us at twitch.tv/metameltdown next Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST. And if you want to check us out on Twitter, YouTube, it's also at the Meta Meltdown. Our email is metameltdownpodcast@gmail.com. HotMEOWTH, where can people find you?
Probably on Twitter at twitter.com/HotMEOWTH.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you again. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Thanks, guys. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, guys, and thanks for having me here. Yeah.